Hi, Dr. Young. You know me, Rebecca Kramer. I'm in the sequence right now. Um, Sorry about the wobbly camera, first of all. And if it falls anytime during this, it's balanced my phone is balanced very, precariously on top of a lunchbox. So we're gonna see how that goes. Um, this week's word on the street is about awesome customer experience and poor customer experience. And if they're poor customer experience, why they were bad and what they could do to get better. So, first of all, good customer experience. Best customer experience sorry about that. Best customer experience I've ever had has probably been at the Moberlys. They're the people who teach martial arts near Kroger. Um, Taekwondo, Krav Maga, and Judo are the main three they do there. Um, so, yeah. They really think, oh, wow, she's an EMT going into medic school. First of all, they saw me even make the transition from non-EMT to EMT, so they saw how that was, and they were willing to help account for my schedule, as it was a little crazy then, but especially now that I'm in sequence, woo, I have no regular sleep schedule or life. But they think about it, especially Mr. Moberly. He thinks in advance, hey, I have someone who's not in here to just, kick butt, who's in here because sometimes patients be dangerous. And he lets me sometimes come to practice in my EMS uniform instead of my Taekwondo uniform, which is also known as a dobok, or like regular exercise clothes. You can wear those too. But he lets me come in my uniform, my EMS uniform, as long as it's clean. Obviously, if I just got off working a car wreck and dragged myself into the karate studio, then no. Mm-mm. Obviously, he won't let me use my steel-toed boots. Dang it. A kicking intensive sport. Won't let me use steel-toed boots. I'm just saying I'd be unstoppable. He lets me come practice in uniform because if I'm going to be using any, first of all, if I use anything in real life, it'd be more on the Krav Maga side. Second of all, it would probably be in that uniform. And then, as I've mentioned before, Ms. Moberly is more on the scheduling side of the dojang, which is, what the training place is called. And she really understands the fact that I have a wonky college schedule. It's 1, college, 2, ride times, which means I'll be out of town, in town, everywhere. I don't even live in Richmond when it's the summer. So she understands that sometimes, I'll be able to come in early, put in those full 5 hours, help with the kids, feel great. And then other times I'll come in for 45 minutes and then just, bye. I'm working an evening shift over at Laurel. So she really accounts for that. Because most people generally are supposed to come from here to here, from this time to this time, on these certain days. There you go. And I'm just I have no regular life. She understands that. It's very nice to be able to just be able to come in whenever you can, and of course set a time aside for it, but also people who understand. She got off of a 24 recently. She's gonna be dead. She ain't coming. And on top of that, she lets me test at untraditional times, which is very nice because testing takes several hours, belt testing, and she will let me test not at weird times whenever I'm free, which is very nice. But also really awkward because then it's you in a room full of black belts, which means for the sparring section of the test, you're going to get your butt handed to you. And I'm just hey, I hope I pass, because I am not on the ground right now crying. But yeah, so testings are more intense that way, but also there's something I can balance. And now on to some bad customer service. Recently I was doing ride times up in Florence, mix Independence and Florence up a little bit. up in Florence, and there was this really cool Korean restaurant I wanted to try. So I went to the Korean restaurant. It had like traditional floor Korean seating, and it's, with like really low tables and pillows. Also, the food was really good. I'll give them that. But the service was just not good. I waited forever for food, and there's this one waiter that kept cussing at his other workers. Now that I think about it, the entire problem was probably with that just one waiter. Everybody else was on top of their game, but he didn't come to check on anybody. He was not good. Granted, I worked in the food industry too. Heck, I worked at a bar and barbecue, so there have been days I was not giving the best customer service, and I understand that some days you're just, you're just off your game and you don't know why. I'm trying to sound like a butthole, but you end up coming across like a butthole, and you're like, I even have days doing that. My medic internship, so I just say the wrong thing, and I'm like, oh no. Yeah. A way to fix that would be by talking to the waiter. Just say, hey, we don't do this. You get like 3 more warnings, and then you're fired. Not being able to fire somebody. A lot of people are afraid of doing that, but I think, sometimes you just, you're dragging us down, boy. Burning that bridge. So, that's how I'd fix it, which sounds really mean. But, yeah, good customer service, bad customer service.